Hey sports fans, it's time for NUTV Sports.
What makes this year Northeastern's year?
Welcome to another edition of SportsEastern. I'm Matt Friedman. He's Anthony Vitale. We're going to talk a little bit about baseball as our season heads up north.
But first, Matt, let's kick it into college basketball for a little bit. The Cinderella story is over. The hangover from spending an entire Thursday afternoon at Connors is gone. And everyone from Huntington to Hemingway is just so fed up and annoyed about thinking of that last possession. As I'm sure you've heard by now, the Northeastern Huskies were eliminated from the NCAA tournament last Thursday by Notre Dame to a final score of 69-65. Northeastern, a very heavy underdog, they took Notre Dame right to the end, the last possession before finally losing that game and being bounced in the first round. But this season, nothing to scoff at for the Huskies. They should be very proud of themselves. CAA champions for the first times ever, and a 14 seed taking a 3 seed to the last possession, the very end of the game. That's a very good news for this Huskies team. Our own Matt McCormick has the inside scoop with the men's basketball team.
Thanks, Ants. Now, we all know Northeastern put up a pretty good fight against the Irish. See what I did there? Anyways, what you may not know is what the Huskies had to say after the loss. For our new segment, Say What? We're going to give you all a look at what head coach Bill Cohen had to say after the defeat. I just couldn't be more proud of this group of young men, Cohen told reporters at the post-game presser. They pushed each other, they held each other accountable all year long, and they never gave in. The head coach also gave a nod to the bright future of the team for next year, saying, "I'm certain that the group coming back will look to build on that and continue the proud tradition that is Northeastern basketball."
Thanks, other Matt. Spring is here and the smell of freshly cut astroturf is in the air. The Huskies are back up from playing down south, and well, they went 7-13, but hey, they're back up north. It's a fresh new start, and if they're going to make it to Omaha, they're going to have to stack it up big time.
Now, for me, baseball season doesn't start until April, and it's still March, so we're still going to talk a little bit more about college basketball. Now that the Huskies are out, there's only one thing we could focus on, and that would be our brackets, Matt. I had SMU going to the finals. I thought they were going to be this year's Cinderella team sneaking in as a 6th seed, but that terrible goaltending call, I couldn't believe it.
Well, Ants, my bracket is doing great. All my picks are right except for the ones that are wrong.
Let's see how that stacks up. Here at NUTV Sports, we do have our own pool going, so we'll see who still has their Final Four intact and whose bracket is absolutely busted. So these are our picks right here, all 7 of us. Green means that's the team we picked to win the entire tournament. Red, that means those teams are out. Owen, looking at that. Virginia and Iowa State both out of his Final Four early.
You know, I'm liking how you picked Michigan State, and so did Matt McCormick. They looked very strong against Virginia. I could see them making a deep run.
I mean, you can't pick against Izzo in March. He's just a tournament coach. He does great every single March in the tournament. A lot of action on Kentucky, though. A lot of people picking them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you have Kentucky.
Neil, who knows absolutely nothing about college basketball, still has all 4 of his picks in: Kentucky, Wisconsin, Oklahoma, Gonzaga.
I like Neil's pick of Wisconsin out of the West. I have them winning the whole thing. I'm the only one who has them. So, Matt, hopefully they hold on, they win the whole thing, and I end up winning this pool. But those are our picks. Take a look at them. Let's see if they're right. We'll reach back in a couple weeks to see who did the best.
After a strong start to the season, the Northeastern baseball team took the Red Sox down to the wire in extra innings. Unfortunately, they've hit a wall since then.
Yeah, that's right. They lost 22-1 to BC and then 15-1 to UNCW both this week. So with that kind of performance this last stretch, it's only one thing we can do, and that's what we like to call a little good news, bad news, Matt and Nance. You guys know the drill by now. Me and Matt, we go back and forth giving you good news and bad news. I'll take the good, Matt will take the bad. Matt, start us off with some bad news.
Well, their average runs per game against has jumped from 5.2 to 6.5. It's not good.
Yeah, Matt, but good news, it didn't jump to 7. Now, more good news, Northeastern, they took the lead in that UNCW game. They went up early.
Bad news, it came on the first inning after a strike 'em out, throw 'em out double play. Even more bad news, 5 pitchers from Northeastern were charged with at least 1 earned run against BC.
Good news, Tyler Robinson's perfect 9th inning. Matt, you forgot about that one. Send him out there next game for all 27 batters, and he's throwing a no-hitter, I'm sure of it. More good news, well, it's pretty much that there's no more bad news, and that's always good news.
Even better, no news. That's it for SportsEastern. I'm Matt Friedman. He's Anthony Vitale. Have a good one.